Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School.
But before we begin, let me inform you a few things about us. DevOps School is one of the leading platforms which offers DevOps, cloud and containers technology training and certification programs for freshers and established professionals who wish to update and consolidate their skills in the dynamic IT scenario. We ensure that the training solutions are delivered by highly experienced domain experts with practical working experience in various verticals. Check out the dates and enroll with us for our upcoming batches. For more info, link and contact details are mentioned in the description below.
So today we will take this learnings of ELK, Elasticsearch, in terms of centralized logging. Okay, logging means how can we do the log analysis? Log analysis basically using the ELK stack. Now, Elasticsearch can be used many places actually. Many contexts are there. For example, Elasticsearch alone itself is the component which can be used for implementing the site searches. Means website search functionality which you see, that is powered by Elasticsearch. I think one of the component, if you remember, SonarQube is powered by SonarQube Search, which is powered by Elasticsearch. In fact, if you look at the DevOpsSchool blog site, that is powered by Elasticsearch searches. So if you go and search, you see that that's powered by Elasticsearch. So yeah, Elasticsearch is a product which has been used in many contexts. But today we'll talk about in terms of administrated context. We'll visualize the logs using the Elasticsearch stack. So what are the things which we have as part of this? So we have Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana. Okay, but actually we have one more component which is called beats. So you can call it ELK or ELBK, whatever you like. Okay, so you can start with that. So Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, that is a modules which you want to learn. So here in this Elasticsearch, you have one component which is called Elasticsearch. Okay, now this Elasticsearch, the one which I'm talking about, is a free and open source, and this is for primarily for full text searching. Okay, so you can say you can store the storage, you can store thousands of lines here, and it's for the full text searches also. Second component which we have here is Logstash. Before that, look at this overall flow in Elasticsearch stack. You have a Kibana. This is for the visualizations. You have Elasticsearch, that is for storage, search, and analysis. You have a Logstash, which is for ingesting, and you have a beats, which is also for ingesting. Now, difference between the beats and Logstash we'll learn in some time. So here, if you see that, if you go and create a self-managed environment, we'll have to install all four of this: beats, Logstash, Elasticsearch, and Kibana. And on the top of Kibana, what the features, what are the things you can do? You can do the login, you can do the matrices, you can do APM, you can do uptime, you can do security, analytics, app search, site search, enterprise search, maps, and many other things. So huge cases of Elasticsearch are many actually. There's not one. But today we'll take it as in terms of infrastructure, log analysis, and stuff like that. So you can use Elasticsearch again. It has a built-in searches, aggregation, sharding is available, used by Microsoft Azure, WordPress, and Stack Exchange, many things. So yeah, so Elasticsearch at a high level, it's a distributed, fast, highly scalable documents database. Now, database means, do not consider this as a MySQL database or Postgres database. It's a database. We call it an index in Elasticsearch, where we can store a lot of documents for the searches. Now, this was created by Shea Venon in 2010, and this we'll use today for the cluster, single node clusters. We'll use it. Logstash is basically aggregations, filtering, and supplement the log data. So Logstash means it stashes the log, basically it parses the log, it filters the log, it cleans the log. You can say that it cleans the log. So Logstash is a one of the component which helps you to aggregate, filter, and supplement the log data. Now, whatever the data which is altered is sent to the Elasticsearch for the storage. You can send the data directly to the Elasticsearch without log stress also, but which will lead in terms of inconsistent data in the Elasticsearch. That means searches will be compromised. You won't get the right search result. So for that, before that, process the data with Elasticsearch and Logstash, and then send it to the uh, uh, process the data with the Logstash and send it to Elasticsearch. Okay. Now, this is a Kibana. Kibana is a web-based frontend, works easily with Elasticsearch for charts, graph, and visualizing the data. And this is also free from the Elastic company. Paid version is also available, but not now. Now, this is the Beats. Beats basically you can say is like a sourcer of the log. So there are different kinds of beats are available, like a file beat, metric beat, packet beats, bin log beats, lib beats, and all stuff like that. So here, this utility, what exactly they are doing? They are taking the data from the operating system, some files, some applications, some network, some Windows log and all, and send it to the log stash. So this is basically, you can say, sources of the log file. It stores all the log file in the different location. Collector, you can say, collector of the logs, and send it to the different to the Logstash. Logstash process the data, and from the Logstash, it's stored in the Elasticsearch, and from Elasticsearch, you can use the Kibana to visualize the data. So this is the one architecture document. You can see that. So here you look at this file bit. This different kind of bit. File bit will collect the data from the files. Packet bit will send the data from the network. Metric bit will send the data from Linux machines. And Windows bit, WinLog bit, you can get the data from the Windows log file. All this data is being sent to the Logstash. Logstash parse the data and put it in the right format. Structured, give the structure of the data. And after that, Logstash is sent to the Elasticsearch. And from the Elasticsearch, Kibana, you can see that to search. So your database is here, Elasticsearch, and Kibana is your dashboard. By the way, between the Elasticsearch and the Kibana, the arrow you see, it should be opposite. So are you comfortable with this ELK stack, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a aggregator kind
Yeah.
of
Look at this one more example.
So Elasticsearch is what exactly? Elasticsearch.
So Elasticsearch, you can say it is a first thing is storage. Okay, first thing storage. Now storage, but in format of inverted index. Now next question you'll ask, what is inverted index? So this will deep dive into that in a dedicated session of the Elasticsearch. Okay, but right now I'm trying to create a one whole scene here, the one which you can see on my screen today in this session. Okay, then once we create a whole scene and then we will complete the full flow, then we'll deep dive in advanced topic. Each of the component will take it at a advanced level. Okay.
Can we ingest the data from bits to Elasticsearch?
Yes, you can do that. You can directly feed the data from the bits to Elasticsearch. That will be non-structured data, so that is possible.
Okay.
So Logstash, we use it for the parsing. Parsing means what? What you understand about the parsing? Let's say there is Apache which is running in the USA server, and there's Apache which is running in India server. Now, if you look at this, both are Apache logs only, but the format of the timestamp of the logs which is running in India server will have a different format. The format of the timestamp format of the logs, Apache logs, will have a different format in USA. Depends on the time zone what you are. So now what Logstash will do? Logstash will match the timestamp. So that way searching will be much more easier, and also searching will be you will be getting the right results after the search. Got it?
Yeah.
So this look at this image. Okay, arrow sign is correct here in this image. So logs is coming. Logs can be any logs, Windows log, Linux log, database log, applications log, network log, collect by the beats. Now beats here in this example, they are sending to the Redis, or Kafka is sending to the Kafka. Kafka is for the buffering, but it's not required in this session. And when beat sending the data directly to the Logstash in our session for data processing. Storage, you have Elasticsearch, and visualization you can do the Kibana. So this is a thanks. So now this is the same thing. I will try to do that. Now I'll give you a little bit of more insight. I don't want to use another slides and all. Why? The reason is you'll get confused too many slides. And our objective of this today's session is very limited, not in detail for every tools. I'll become so many hours and all. So here, this is a Linux. This is a Windows. This is a Linux. This is a Windows. So here, as per the discussions, we will install the beats. Which beat? So we'll install the metric beat here. And here we'll install the Windows WinLog beat. Now from here, beat will send the data to the Logstash. This is a Logstash. Okay. Now Logstash will parse that data structure, bring into the structured data. Now again, there are so many parsers are there, which we need to study in Logstash session. But yeah, this will be parsing the stuff. After the parser is done, you send the data to Elasticsearch. Now Elasticsearch is the most important component of the entire ELK family. Most important component. So using the Elasticsearch, you know what? This Elasticsearch is basically a storage. Okay. Now it is accessible by APIs, URL. Okay. And here searching is also available directly on the Elasticsearch. Here aggregation is also available. Aggregation means you can create some analytics and stuff like that. That's also done. You can feed the documents. You can do the CRUD. Okay. You can push the documents here. Create, read, update, and delete. Update the documents or many things here. This itself, we call it Elasticsearch is the distributed. What does that mean? Anyone would like to talk about what does that mean? Distributed means here. All of them.
It stores data in different servers.
So Elasticsearch cluster means it's a distributed. Distributed means whatever the storage you have, it can keep in the different system, multiple system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, depends on the storage, what you need actually. We call it a shards and replicas concept. So Elasticsearch clustering, you have to do that. In fact, you can do at the Logstash level also. But most of the time, Elasticsearch also we are doing it. And after that, we have a Kibana. This is a dashboard. This will read. See here, I said right API and searches. So now you using Kibana, this is you access the Kibana and you run the some queries here, and then you can search the data whatever you have available in Elasticsearch. Now searching language what we have. So if you are looking for the ELK, then you can use DSL language, which is called domain specific language, made for the Elasticsearch. Okay, and there's one more language which is there, Kibana query language, KQL. This is also you can use for the searching the database. Okay, so this is the flow. Are you comfortable with the flow, all of you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now first thing what I will do, I will go ahead and set up this component, Elasticsearch. How do I set it up? So I'll go to machines. One of the machines I'm using this one. Now Elasticsearch you cannot run the root user, mind it here. So you have to use normal user only. That's the limitations. So my IP address is 13 today. So let me log in to my IP address. This is the one. Now here SSH Rajesh at the rate of 192.168.1.13. Enter and password done. Now guys, I have logged into the one of the boxes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you to download the Elasticsearch. So which tutorial you should follow? So if you search for like this DevOpsSchool Elasticsearch install, something like that you'll get. So you'll get my documents here. See, install and configure Elasticsearch. Okay. So this is the documents I'm using. So here, these are the commands you can follow to install it. And by the way, this I have downloaded already in the morning sessions, and after that extracted it. So what I need to do, I'm going to start this. How can you start this? All this command you have it, you must get comfortable with it. So I'm going to start it, Elasticsearch. Okay, so I downloaded, extracted, and here I'll go inside this bin, and here this is the executable. There's so many other executables are there for the different work. This is the executable I want to start. Now I want to start in the background, so I should not lose this console. So how do I start in the background? So in this document only you will find everything. So let me find the commands for it, and that command is just a second. I'm not able to locate that command. Though without that command also you'll run that. It'll run. Just a second. Run in Python. Okay, so just give me 2 seconds. And the command is, I'm looking for it. Okay, so not able to find it, but no problem. Just it's a very simple command though, and that is why this is not going. Yeah, so that is uh, wait a second. That is, I cannot remember that command. That's a problem. And if I see that, I'll get to know immediately. But search is also not coming fast. So what I have to do, I have to little bit innovate in my search. So Elasticsearch and run in background, and I think I should get it. Just a second. PID. Search for PID. I think this kind of command is there. Here it is. Okay, so this is the command which I'm looking for it. And directly you can run also. For example, if you run this one, it will run, but you will lose the console. I didn't want it to lose the console. So I was struggling for that command. So this is the command. I will update the documents with this command, so you'll remember that. So here, this is the command to start this. So in the background, okay. Now, just wait for a few seconds. Don't rush for validation because it takes some time, depends on your CPU and RAM. After that, I'm going to validate whether it's really running or not. So curl HTTP and 190, I mean localhost, right? 127, right? Is that correct? 0.0.1, and port number default is Elasticsearch 900. So now it has not come. Just wait for a second. So here this should come. So now what we have done, this is the Elasticsearch address which I got up and running. And you can try localhost also, and it takes some time. It will take 62 seconds to 120 seconds or something. So it should be okay. So now when you see that Elasticsearch is running, this is a single node cluster I'm running right now. Okay, so here this the cluster is running, and name of the clusters Elasticsearch, name of the node, this is the UID and some of the information. So how to download and install this Elasticsearch and how to run it? Are you okay, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, so now this is the Elasticsearch. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the logstash. How do we install the logstash? So for that, I will search for documents. DevOps tool.
Question: is there any order dependency? Order
What is that?
prerequisite, like in this order only we have to. Is there any
No.
order dependency,
Ultimately,
like log stash first and real case and something?
no. Why you don't have the order? Remember, I run this one and directly I can use this one also through API. Okay, which I'll show you in some time. But Logstash, so this, see, you can run each software independently, no problem. But linking for that, for linking, you have to configure it. So that is pending anyways. I'm just running the software, not linking it. Got it?
Configuration or order starters are different, but
Any order,
configuration first we have to do.
any order, no problem. Any order. Okay. So now I have decided I'll go for the Logstash and enter. So now install. So now here it says how to install and configure Elastic Logstash. I'll follow this document. So now I'm going to download this Logstash now. Now usually you should do all these things in different machine. This is different machine. This itself can be a cluster also. But right now, just for the demo, I'm doing in the same machine because ultimately we have to learn from the Kibana point of view. So I'll download this and enter. So just wait for a few seconds. Just wait for a few more seconds. It should be okay. By the way, all these things which I'm downloading, it's a little older version. That's a 6 months to 8 months older. So latest version, when you download, you have to also read the documentations also, because this is the one product which has a lots of changes. Earlier, remember, Elasticsearch was an open source and free software, and it was only for used for the storing the log and searching the log, and it was used for embedding in the website. But now Elastic as a company, they changed all this theme actually altogether. So they want to become an observability company. That means they want to offer APM also, they want to offer infra monitoring also, they want to offer log monitoring also, everything they want to monitor. So that is a reason we have so much of changes in a recent days. Okay, so now here you have a Logstash. This is the Logstash. I'm going to untar it. ZXVF and then here. Now, almost done. So see here, this is the Logstash. Okay, now I'm going into the inside the Logstash, cd Logstash, and do little bit of learning action. So here you have a config file for the Logstash. Here is start stop script. JDK is there, library is here, and XPacks are here, tools are here. So many things are there in a Logstash itself. Now what I will do, I will create my first pipeline. What exactly pipeline is? So in Logstash, the pipeline is very simple concept. Pipeline means, understand this. In the Logstash, this is the component right now. Are you able to see my screen, all of you?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
So pipeline means simple thing. Okay, understand. Pipeline is saying this is one file. Okay, please understand that, and that will be read by Logstash. In the pipeline, what you say, hey, take the input from some place. It can be any places. Input can be from any places. Now in this session, we are taking the input from what? From what? Input from beats, correct? Now, hello, guys, are you getting?
We can hear you.
Input is
Yeah. So in the pipeline code, what we do, we say, hey, take the input from here, process it. This processing is important. Processing, transforming, we call it transforming. Process it, and the output we have sent to the Elasticsearch. Simple. So pipeline code will contain what? Input, output, and parsing. Will you remember all the time? All the time? So see here. This is the one pipeline code in the Logstash. Here you are saying, hey, take the input from here and send the output to, this is not Elasticsearch. This is the output of the Logstash itself. Here it should be what? Here it should be Elasticsearch. And filtering, you can do whatever you want. A lot of filters are there. I'll show you that plugins for that. So conceptually, are you understanding?
This configuration file inside Logstash.
Yeah, inside a Logstash. Yeah.
Logstash. So this file we call it as pipeline configuration.
Pipeline code. You can create as many pipelines you want. Okay. There's a default pipeline. I'll show you this one. There's a default pipeline which is located at where? So I should go and check that in the config file. And there's a default pipeline which is this one. You can write this file also, this place also. But I'm creating new pipeline so you can have a little bit more confidence here. I don't want to touch this file. All are commented only. Okay. So this is also pipeline. This is the configuration file for Logstash. So here I'm creating one pipeline. Are you understanding so far? You can create in other places also.
So we can run it from anywhere, this pipeline.
Yeah. Okay. Input, output, and filter. This filter is most important in Logstash. Here, this output, you are nothing but a Logstash, the command line output, right? Same place. So can I do this? Remember, this is not Elasticsearch. Inputs anyways is a 5044, which is a beats. So I have not set up a beats, still I'm running this. So what I'll do, go to, where is it? Here. So go to this file and I'm creating this file. Okay. And insert this copy paste. Remember, input from beats, which is not set up, done. I'll set it up a little bit later. Filtering I have not done, and output is Elasticsearch, but right now no Elasticsearch. So just validating the setup is working or not. Okay. So what is this? Just okay, my bad, that file is not available. Sorry. So blindly I was copying and pasting. I'm inside it. So here I should do something like this. Enter and done. I'm validating the Logstash. Copy. Done. Now the question is, this pipeline I created at a random place as per my wish. Actually, it should be inside a config file, which I did not create it. Why? I just wanted you to give you the flexibility. Now, how can you load this? That's important. So, can you see this command, all of you? All of you? Hello?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah. So here, what I'm doing basically, I am saying, hey, take this config file, pipeline file, and test it, whether it's okay or not. And if it's okay, then exit it. Or not okay, then also tell me. So this is basically to check, are we having a problem in the pipeline code or not? Okay. So now guys, I'm doing this one right now. So I'm testing my pipeline code is okay or not. So this command, I am running it. Enter, dump. And here, let it come, the output. Just wait for a few seconds. Sorry. First time it will take time. Second time onwards will not take time. You're starting the Logstash. Okay. So now you see that here. Do you have error? See, I don't think so. I have error. See, info warning is okay. Info info. Cool, right? So this configuration file is okay. You see that results are okay. Correct now? Correct now? All of you?
Yes. Yeah, please let's
So
just
now
go
what?
ahead.
This
Yeah.
validated only syntax, Raj? Is it validating the syntax or uptime of the input bit file, bit
No.
port,
It's not
etc.?
validating those. It's only syntax here. Checking the config file and testing it and exiting it. That's all. Okay. So my configuration file is okay. Now, actually, if you really want to run it, okay, see here. If the configuration file passes this configuration state, which is yes, start the logstash with the following command. So this command will have to use it. Okay, I'm not using it right now, but I'll use it. Okay, so here this command enables automatic config reloading so that you don't have to stop and restart logstash every time you modify the configuration file. So this command will help me to, you know what, every time I modify this configuration file, no need to restart the logstash and stuff. Automatically it will reload the configuration file. Okay, so now I'll do this, and after that there are a few more commands which we have. If you want to check the steady out and stuff like that, input from stdadmins command line and shows output on the command line, I mean out in the console itself. So these are just for the learning purpose, not required right now. So now before going further, I have not run this command, mind it, I have not run this command, just wait for it. Before going further, I want to set up a beat. So this installation is okay, done. Any questions on the logstash installations and checking that stuff? Any questions?
One question, Raj, maybe I'm comparing two different things. So with respect to Splunk input.configuration file, is it the same thing that I can compare this
Yes, you got it.
pipeline
You
configuration
have
file, or
worked
is
with
it
the
same
universal forwarder, right? Yeah,
forwarder? Yeah.
something similar
So
we have.
input, I
So
actually
in
put
the,
all my source log files and everything in that.
I'll teach you, I'll tell you here, just understand this. If you know the Splunk, let me correlate. So here you have universal forwarder, and then you have a heavy forwarder, correct now? Correct now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this, if you correlate, then universal forwarder is equal to beats. Okay. And here, if you say heavy forwarder, that means it's a beats plus logstash. Understood?
Okay. Displace
Okay.
logstash. Okay.
Yeah, because parsing is sorry, parsing is done and filtering is done in a heavy forwarder only. Universal forwarder has limited options for that. Got it?
Got it.
So here beats.
Yeah,
Huh?
Rajesh, sorry to interrupt you. So actually, I have installed this Elastic search in my Windows machine. So every time when I'm using this call command, so user ID and password I need to give. This
Right,
is
right. Yeah.
8.1.
Yes, you correctly said. So here I said, remember, I'm using right now 7.x, which is of the latest, so last year latest, I mean stable release. Okay, this the recently the whatever the version they have come, which is 8.x. In that, what you have to do, you have to use -u username and token you have to use. So that is the prerequisite. So I'm not using that one because I don't want to complicate too much of my setup. So you will lose that what I'm doing basically. Got it?
And parallelly, I am also getting issue with this certificates, the CA, CRTs,
Ha. So that
something.
certificate by default in Elasticsearch, there's one directory, search directory, which will be generated. You can pass this. Let me give you the command rather than talking. It'll be easy for me. So Elasticsearch. What is this? Elasticsearch username, pass token, password, and certificate. And certificate. So all these things you can pass on the command line only, and that you can do it very soon. This is with a certificate. You're generating a certificate HTTP, and how do you pass it? That's a question. So you can put it in the elastic.yaml file, elasticsearch.yaml file, and there's one command for login also, -u and all. See here, this is the way you can also generate a certificate for Kibana server. So yeah, this is I'll just not deviate from that, but yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Okay, I'll check
So
it out.
when we have a Elasticsearch dedicated session, I think some of you have enrolled for the Elasticsearch dedicated advanced session. So we'll have that discussion.
Okay, okay. Actually, I have enrolled for ELK dedicated, I think.
Then I think you will have a session dedicated for that.
Okay,
I'm not
okay,
creating lots of complexity in the first session only. I'm just
okay,
helping you to create a full stack and then start using it. And then we'll go into that creating a Elasticsearch setup, distributed manner, setting up replicas, slaves, client, all this sharding and all this thing will do that.
okay,
Got
okay,
it?
no problem. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So I was doing something. Yeah. So I installed the Elasticsearch. Logstash is also done. Now the time has come for the beats. Now, which beat you are going to use it? So if you remember that discussion, there were so many types of beats are there. Let me show you here. Elastic beat, we call it. Remember, Elastic is a company name, okay? Elastic is a company name. They have multiple products. And Beats is one of them. Elasticsearch is another one. Logstash is another one. Kibana is another one, like that. Now they have made it, club it together, and they made it want to offer it as like entire observability solutions. So it's like that. So lots of changes you find. So these are the bits we have: file bit, metric bit, packet bit, binlog bit, function bit, heartbeat, audio bit. So if you read this, you'll get to know. File bit is for the reading the files from collecting the logs from the files. Metric bit is basically for the metrics from the Linux. Packet bit for the network. Main bit from Windows. Audit bit from the some audit data, which is used for the shippers. Heartbeat is for the uptime and stuff like that. Function bit is for the serverless. And many other beats also you'll find on the GitHub also. You can write your own beats, by the way. It's not a difficult thing. So yeah, file bit, I'm using it. And then this is the download. So I need my own instruction because I don't want to search command here and all. So file bit, I'll just search in DevOpsSchool. And here you see that how to install and configure file bits. So I got this tutorial here. I'll read this here. I will install it, and then now I'm doing it. So let me do that. So here, go back. So right now Elasticsearch is done. Logstash is done. I've tested it, not run it. And I'm going to download this beats. By the way, this beats is also a little bit old. So mind it. So I'm downloading the beats. Done. So here, guys, I got this beat. I'm going to extract it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to configure the beats. Where is the beats? Here it is. I'm going to configure the beats. Here I'm going to say, hey, take the input from some files. So how can I set this? So guys, here we set the YAML file. Okay, what file? Filebit.yaml file. Look at my screen here. So this, what you are saying, hey, modify this file and enable by default is a false. So you have to make it true. And here, if you look at this very carefully, see that. Are you understanding this one? All of you?
Yes.
So here I'm saying, hey, take the log file from this location and send it to the where. This is the port number of Logstash, where receiving port number. Logstash receiving port number. Okay, simple. So this will be port number for Logstash, output Logstash. Now this file you must see that because this is a pretty large file. So go to the VI and filebit.yaml, and here this is the file. Now this is the file. So look at this here. It's a pretty old file. Many of these are commented. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to little bit understand this. Right now, I'm not spending too much of time, but yeah, upcoming sessions will deep dive into that. Because if I confuse you all the option now itself, it will be problem for you. So here, what I want, file bits input. So I look for the file bits input section because there are so many kind of collectors are there. See, this is the file bits input. This is in uncommented only. This is the uncommented one. That means this can read from the some file. Here you see type log. Okay, so this is also uncommented. Here, this is the problem actually. Okay, enabled false. That means it's not enabled. Okay, so that's the reason here I can you locate this? Where is this sign button? Please look at it very carefully. Don't do a mistake, so there will be no problem. So this is the input actually, file bit inputs. But where the output? Let's go down and then we'll set up output somewhere down. Output section here is this is the modules, file bit module, different modules, and here is a general settings. By the way, you can send it to the Elasticsearch also. Some templates are there. Here you can send it to the dashboard directly. You can send it to like a Kibana and all. You can see here, you can set this Kibana also, but I don't want. Here you can set the Elastic Cloud also, which I don't want. And here output sections, here you can set the Elasticsearch, which I don't want. And downside, which you can send it to Logstash also, and which I want. Understood that? So bits can send the data to different sources. Logstash is my selection. Your selection depends on your project requirement. Make sense? All of you?
Yes.
So here, guys, you have to modify a little bit carefully. This is uncommented one, so it's not enabled. So you have to do the uncomment this one. It's a commented one, so it's not enabled. You have to uncomment, and you have to uncomment this line also. This is anyways this comment. And if you really want, if you think like Logstash is having certificate and all, you can enable this one. Now the question is why I opted for older version, which is the last year. Why I have not opted for the latest version? Because in the latest version, every component, they have enabled the security by default. That means you need to have a password and certificate all the time. But I didn't want you to confuse the flow, so I opted for the older version. Understood? So in the latest version, they made it mandatory. Earlier it was optional. If you want, you can enable it, but in this latest version, they made it compulsory. That means you have to do the security work before that implementing it. Though it's not that difficult, but it will your focus will be not on the tool but something else, or the certificate and password. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah,
all of you?
we are following.
So what I'm going to do, guys, very carefully, I'll modify this file. So what I'm going to do, look at my screen one by one. So first thing, I'll go and top and insert one by one, uncomment this, and here uncomment this. It's a local host only. If Logstash is running on different server, you have to give the IP address. Now I have no certificates because it was optional in 7.x, which is last year release, so that's okay. So now I'll just validate because I don't remember all the time everything. So this is done, this is done. Okay, now in the output I have to this is for the Elasticsearch. I should not touch. So what I should do, this is uncommented, so I should go and uncomment here. This is enabled actually, so I'll just go and comment it out this one. So that way I don't want to send the bit data to the Elasticsearch, I want to send it to the Logstash. This is done. I'll go on top somewhere, go to the input and somewhere on top, and here this is the uncommented, the school, and type is log the school, and here I want to paste it which logs file. So guys, I need to have some log files. So for time being, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing little clever work and sending all the logs of this place. Do you know what is this path? Anyone?
Log, where log?
It's a Linux system log, okay? But if you want the different logs, you can also, you see that last line here, you can give the different log files also. So it's up to you. Okay, see here. Let me give this path also. So this was done, this is done, everything's okay, and saved it. So my file bit is done. Now I'm going to run it. So here, how do we run it? So go to the and create this one. Now the question is, I have one challenge, and that challenge is file bit you can run. See, the problem is, I'll tell you, this location is read by root only and sudo. Let me see that. Let me see that if it's accessible by var log. See, that's the problem. Root. So let me see if it is. If error, I'll solve it. If not error, I'll not touch it. So what is the problem? I'll tell you. So my current user, which is Rajesh, is not a sudo user. That is the problem. So here that process will run as a root. That's the problem. So here I'm going to make this as a root. So what should I do? Go to the log stash, and there's a file. So not log stash, beat. Go to the beat file beat, and this file, this YAML file, should be owned by the root. Okay, so how to do that? So let me run this command. Sudo will not work for sure because Rajesh. Let me do one thing. Let me add a Rajesh into the sudo user. The question is, how can we do that? So this is a CentOS machine, right? So CentOS 7 add user into sudoers file. There's one command for that which I'm going to run it. So I'm adding it. So these are the fundamentals information you should know. So this command is the will is a group name and username is Rajesh. Okay. So Rajesh, done. Okay, this cannot be done by the normal user. So this I have to do as a root user. So root Rajesh123, and again this command I'm going to run it, and I'll exit. It'll become non-root. Now done. So now I can run this command very well. This command. So it's with the password. So done. Rajesh123. So okay, I did this. Rajesh is not in sudo file. I did this actually. Just a second. Okay, no problem. Just a second. Give me 2 seconds. Manually, I'm doing it. etc sudoers. Go to the end of it. That was the group name which was required, but still that is not taking. So here what I'm going to do is so here let's take as the root user vi sudo. I'll just modify this whole command, and oh, it's a file is read only actually. So okay, just a second. There's some operating system related stuff. So why this is not coming? Vi sudo vi sudo, and I'm modifying this file. User root, and this line I'm adding it. Enter. Now username is Rajesh. Okay. Manually I'm doing it. It should be taken, but I don't have a time to check other stuff. So let me do this. So done. So can I do this command now? Done. So this is done. So here, this is also done. Now you have to run it. Okay. This is the command to run the file bit in the background. So file bit -e, this is the configuration file, and publish. So this will start publishing to the log stash. So, and if you want to run in the background, see here, this is the and you can do this one also. This should be okay. This if you want to run in background, that's okay, and something like that. So any questions so far, guys? All of you?
You installed some universal file beat software already in the box?
No,
so
I have
that
not
this
installed.
command will work?
No, I have not installed. Just this is the collector directly. Okay, I'm not installing, I'm not running the background because I want to see the output. Okay, so enter. I lost the console because I wanted to see, but it's okay. Let it run. Why I'm running without a background? Because I want to see there is no error for it. That way you can make sure. So I have to open up a new console, and what you have to do, SSH Rajesh at the rate of the machine IP address I forgot, which is 13, right? Yeah, 13. So 192.168.1.13. Enter Rajesh 123. Done. So guys, here I completed this work done. Beats I have not, Logstash I have not started. So can I do this Logstash? So I'm going to my tutorials of Logstash again, which is here. This is Elasticsearch. This is the Logstash. Oh no, this is the beat actually, sorry. And beats, and this is the Logstash. Okay, so now I'm going to run this command also for the Logstash. So go ahead and run the Logstash directory and run this command beats, enter. Okay, so here I lost this console. That's not problem, because I want to see there's no error. So I'm happy there's no error. It's trying to send that code to the Logstash, but it's not reachable. That's okay. And now Logstash is also running. So now guys, what do we have to do? Now Logstash, we need to configure to send the data to the Elasticsearch, which is the last thing which is pending. Remember that, all of you? All of you?
Yeah, correct. Now the data it log search. Now we need to push next.
So now what I'm going to do, one more console I'm going to open, because I don't want to disturb. Why I'm not running in background? Because I want to see the error. So if there are any errors there, without that, I'll not be able to continue. And I don't want to spend time looking in the log file. 1.13. Rajesh 123. Now the beauty of this is I'll modify the log stash file, and automatically it will be reloaded because of I use that kind of commands. So cd, where is the log stash file? I forgot that. It's here. Okay, so I'm going to modify this file, and finally output here I'm going to modify this line only this line. So what should the line? This should be the line. Okay, copy and here and done. And guys, I hope I'm modifying correctly. Curly braces closing one, curly braces closing one, localhost 9200. That's correct. I validated and everything's okay. Done. Automatically it will be reloaded. Let's see that if we have any error. So far I don't see any error. So now, yeah. So now, see here, seems to be okay. Here is sending to out. See, started sending to output to Elasticsearch. You see that, and here, can I validate now? So how do I validate? So the question is, see, all this setup I've done. So Beats now, look at my screen. Beats now is going to Logstash. And Logstash is sending after the parsing. Though there's no filter applied right now. Filter you can apply it in that same file, pipeline file, and it's going to the Elasticsearch. Okay, so can I verify if you have some data over there? So guys, so far so clear. Any questions? All of you?
No.
Okay. Now the question is, how do I validate? So guys, here what you need to do, you need to go and write DevOpsSchool Elasticsearch. Let me tell you, Elasticsearch, not Elastic. Elasticsearch. Enter. Now tutorials. So this is a lab. Okay. So here lab 1, lab 5, lab 2, all these are labs. Okay, which I'll teach you anyways. But for time being, let's get started. So now I'm Elasticsearch. These all are commands which you need to learn. Actually, this is the major work in Elasticsearch. So my work is very simple. Right now, I want to validate whether the data has come in Elasticsearch or not. So which command will help me? Go for indices, which is here. Okay, I'm running this Elasticsearch. Now you must be thinking, sorry. So you must be thinking, Why I'm running this command? So mind it here, guys. This command, this component, Elasticsearch, the one which I'm having right now. You know what? This component, what I'm doing basically, my shortcut. What is the shortcut for cutting this? Splitter, huh? What is the application name for that? Taking the screenshot? I forgot that. Anyone remember that? Cutting the screen?
Snippet.
Snippet. See, I'm getting older actually day by day. So here, this things, what you look at this here, Elasticsearch is accessible through API. Remember that. Look at the URL pattern. Look at the URL pattern. It's API. And API, when it comes to API, you can do a hell lot of things directly using API. That means you can do create, read, update, delete, and you can do searches also, aggregations also. You don't need Kibana for it. Kibana is for the lazy people. You can do through the API directly. You can do through the PHP command. You can do for Java code. You can do for the Python code. You can do literally for anyways. You can use a curl. Are you understanding? This is API supported. Are you understanding? Guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So here, if I did, you know what I did? Here you have Elasticsearch, we have indices concept. So what are the indices? I list out using this command, I list out the indices. And I found out this indices, just ignore it, it's morning sessions. This indices is of now. See here. Okay. And this indices, remember the log stash? Because as per the flow, what I'm doing, bit is sending to the log stash is sending to the Elasticsearch, and this is coming from log stash. All of you are understanding now?
No, Raj, whatever you covered last 1 minute, can you please repeat what is that URL curl command you executed and what
That's
are these
Elasticsearch.
lines, output of these lines?
Okay, this is the indices. Indices means you can say list of database which is at Elasticsearch. Got it?
Why did
Is
we
it kind of
mention
index?
the name?
What is that?
Why did we mention the index name? How come this index was created?
That's the question. So by default, what happens? First of all, you need to know what is indices. That's the question. So indices is the equivalent to database name in the Elasticsearch. Now, if you go to any RDS server, you see the database. In Elasticsearch, we have indices. Now, why we call it not indices, index we call it. And multiple indexes, we call it indices. So here I showed you indices means multiple index. This is the one index, product temp, product is one index, which I created in the morning. This is one index, this is one index, this is one index, this is the table, this is the column. So this is the index which I created now through the log stash. Now the question is what it contains. This indices, it contains the data, the files, which is called inverted index. Okay, in a simple way.
So did you mention the name of this index inside this configuration, just configuration file?
Yes, very good question. No, I did not mention. If you look at this, I did not mention. Let me show you. So here, if you go, and here I'm saying in the pipeline, I did not mention actually. So here output, here I said just go and serve in the local host. I did not mention. So if I do not mention, that's the reason this got created. This got created. This random name, log stash, year, date, and blah blah blah. So now the question you'll ask, hey Rajesh, can we push into our indexes? Yes, you can do that. So log stash output to Elastic search index. Okay, so output example, I don't want to type it because you will have some errors because of, but here, here, See here. This is Elasticsearch. This is the index name. So what you can do, I'm just looking for a good example. This is also index name pattern actually. That's a default pattern. I'm looking for the good example where you can hard code this. So I'm not getting good example here in this page, but some other page will be having syntax issues. I just want to avoid. Here it is. Oh, this is also same thing. This is a pattern they will specify. You can hard code the name also. Let me get it for you. This is a pattern. That's the reason you saw that here it created this pattern because of this line only. This is a default one, but you can hard code. Let me copy this one only rather than searching and wasting time. So you go here and modify. This is Raju. That's the index you want to store it. So copy, paste it, vi, and here done. Oh, sorry. Done. So now this will be stored in the Raju index. Sorry, this one. What is it? Raju index. Yes, correct. Now I think, do you need a comma? No, you don't need a comma for that. So that's all. So now let me show you. Automatically it will be saved. Now the Raju index, I have to create it here, or it will be created automatically also. Just wait for some time. Some line has to be feed. So this way, one Raju index will come now. So whatever that file here I'm writing. Now let me go to the source beats. So go to the beats. It has not come. So go to the beats and here var logs. The file is updated or not. Let me check this. I'm modifying the beats. Okay. CD beats. Some file has to be changed, right? There's no file change, then you'll not have it. So this is log stash. I want to modify beat, and here file beat vi. This sorry sudo Rajesh 123. Here check that. Okay, there's one mistake I did. Did you notice that? What mistake I did? Did you notice? Anyone, one of you? Guys, are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This should be true. Input was not enabled actually. That's the reason it was not filling up. So input was not enabled. I have to kill this and rerun one more time beats. I think this is the beats, correct? Yes. Enter. Okay, so I run this. Input was not collecting. Now I'm seeing the output. This is done. It's connecting to the log stash. Established. Now pipeline is running here. Now can I see that here? Let me run that command. See here. Did you notice that?
Yep.
How many documents you got it? 148 documents. Size is this one. Understood now, all of you?
So whenever
Yeah.
this input file gets changed, then only this log stash will be reloaded.
Now, whenever that var, the directory which I showed you earlier now, will live var or whatever it is, that will have a new entry. Bits automatically will collect and send it to Logstash. Logstash will send it to the process it. There's no parser, but it will process it if you locate it and then send it to Elasticsearch. And it will for this discussion, it will send to Raju indices.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the document. How many documents you have? 148 documents. Now, little bit of knowledge I'll give it to you in terms of interacting and working with Raju. I mean indexes. So here you can do a lot of things. I'm just checking what I can teach you now without confusing you, because this required a little bit of discussions. And mget, yes, mget. Where is mget? Mget is one API which I needed actually. So what to do? Lab 2. So this is the lab 2. I'll teach you, don't worry about that. I'm just not complicating too much actually at the initial level. So you will get lost and you lose the interest in the learning itself. So I am going to show you using mget that few documents. So this is the code, and here I need to first see that what are the documents I wanted. So my my things is Raju, and my type I have to get it. So I need to get the types. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll get it types. So just give me 2 seconds. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm showing you the documents which you want to see that. Little bit comfortable. I'm doing the query through Elasticsearch, which you can do that. You don't need a Kibana for it. I'll teach you, don't worry. So get, see, put is not right, get. So here, what are the documents? See here, type is text. I got it. So text, these all types are text. Okay, so here, what I'm going to do, Raju index, type is text. Now, after that, I want to see document ID. So how do we get it? So for that, so I'll teach you this. Give me 2 seconds. I want to query these documents. So Raju, how many documents we have? Anyways, I know that. First, I'm running this for Raju. There's a problem with, sorry, wait. Clear the screen. I'm querying the API, okay? Products, Raju, enter. So how many total counts? Documents 148. Now I want to see that document. So the question is how? So I'm just looking for the commands. Just give me 2 seconds. Here it is. So this is the dangerous command, but I am looking for it. Just a second, hold on. This command, because the database is small, right? It will run. Yeah, this is the one. So your ID. Okay. Now next one is this one. So search where Raju, everything. There's only few documents, so I'm able to run it. See this is the data. So this is one data, and this is the whole is one data. Okay, look at this. This one document. This whole is this is another document. This is a whole is another document. See it here. Okay. Now what is the document ID? So this is one document ID. I want to trace one document ID. For that it took some time. So this is the one document ID. I want to show you only one document ID. Okay. So for that, what I should do? I think I know that command, and which is here. So guys, this command will show me one documents from which indices Raju, and what is the type, text type, what is the document ID, this is the document ID, and pretty format. This is the one document out of so many I'm showing you. I'll teach you all this query how to write it. This is not difficult, and here it is. Okay, this document ID is this, say it's not found. Did I run something wrong? Maybe copy paste mistake has happened. Raju text. Let me run one more time. Enter. Go to this. Raju. Okay, sorry, my mistake. The type was not text. It was a doc. This is the mistake. And let me identify this document name also. So document ID is this one. So I hope this copy paste is working. Now I'll show you the only one document out of it. So it has a multiple documents, but only one document right now. This is the one. See here. This is a whole one document. Understood now? From where it is coming? It's coming from where? It's coming from the
Raj,
Linux
one
instance.
basic question, like where log boot is a log, that is a log, it is coming, right? So
Right.
here
That's
every
log.
line in the log file is making
One
it as a
document.
one document, one
That's correct.
document. If
That's
it has
correct.
100 lines in the boot.log, then I can say 100 document.
Cool.
Is it?
Now, why it got structured one? You see that how come it's each line got structured? Because the Linux log, right? Everyone knows the pattern, so you don't need to structure it. But if you have some your application log, then you need to structure. Got it?
It is amazing feature actually. It is converted into
Yeah.
some kind of a pattern, right?
Yeah. So that's the beauty of things. So what I did, anything you did, anything you do here in the beats area. I mean, this image is not good now anymore. So anything you do in the beats area, anything which beats collect, you can parse it at the log stash label, and from there Elasticsearch. And I was using the API so far. Now I'll use the Kibana, which is the last component of this ELK stack. So far you understood what I did.
Yeah, I'm good.
By the way, all these tutorials you have it. I just follow the same tutorials, so don't worry about that. You will be able to set it up yourself. Don't access the latest document right now. Latest version also. They have multiple new features which will confuse you, and ultimately the objective to learn Kibana will be delayed actually. Okay. Okay. So now last part, which is a Kibana. Can I go ahead with the Kibana, all of you? All of you?
When are you planning to take a break, Raj?
No.
Want
Let
to
me
go for
complete
dinner?
this. Yeah, I understand that,
Okay.
but just let me complete this. After that, you can use. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
Each document type can be different, right?
Yes. Type you can decide. For example, I want to introduce new type. So let me show you rather. I'm creating a new indices. Okay, so let me create a new indices. This I'll teach you Elasticsearch advanced topic. But right now, just because you asked, see this is the one indices I'm creating. So let me show you the command line here. This is the one indices I'm creating. Put means creating this if it's not exist. And what happened? It says error. That was exist actually. So one. See here. Acknowledge index created product temp one. Okay. So this I created now, and you want to see this indices. One. Remember the product temp one. Okay. Where is the command? Here. See this. This is the indices I created. Now you want to create one document with certain types. So I'll show you that one also. So here, this I am creating one document in that. So this is creating one document. This is the command line options you need to learn if you want to pro in a DSL queries and all. Kibana search. Basically, this is a Kibana search only. In the Kibana search, you have to write this kind of DSL only. So here, what was that indices which created? So indices we created product temp. So temp, and this is your type. Okay, this is a type. I'll teach you in the advanced topic, but this is your type. So this is a type is, let's say, Ramu Kaka. This is your type, whatever it is. You can keep it whatever. And this is document ID 1, and this is the document information. Copy these whole things and enter. See, created. Now you want to see that? Let me get you that get command. Get command, which is somewhere here. Because you can't remember all this thing, you have to have a pattern for it. Okay, only remember the patterns, that's all. So this is the index, this is the type, this is the document ID, and then copy and enter and paste it. See, this is the same data you have, right?
Yeah, yeah. Type
So like that.
What kind of a input it is, like what kind of a beat it is, like log beat or
I'm doing manual
runtime?
API, whatever. See, Beat itself, Beat is doing the same thing actually. They're calling API, but I'm a human being, so I'm running the curl. Beat are sending to the Logstash. Logstash is sending same way, same method, same way to the Elasticsearch. There's no other way. You
So
can
what
do
is the
this all the
source?
time.
Yeah, document
So
source we are declaring here.
I
The data
declared
which
in
you
the
inserted.
document. I declared in the document itself, body itself, curl body.
Name is okay.
So
Okay,
if
so
you
now
don't
let's move.
mention this type, that means it will come as doc underscore doc.
No, every time you need to have a type to store the document. Now, if you do not give type, it should show you an error. Let me try actually. I have not tried without type. So I'm not giving this one and directly is giving this one. So this will become a type actually. One will become a type and this will create a random documents. So type is important actually. Type is important. Okay. Okay, so now last topic for this is Kibana. So let me set it up Kibana also. So DevOps School, I'll just search and Kibana and install. So go for it. Here, this is the tutorial. This is again 7x. I'll just blindly do this, downloading this. So go to Kibana. Now I'm able to do in this machine everything because this is high-end machines. So you please remember that actually. So you have to have a 8 GB RAM, 60 GB hard disk for all this thing. Heap size also you have to improve it for JVM and all stuff like that. So please remember that also. Okay, so done. Now Kibana, I'm going to tar it. Okay, what I did, I tar it the OpenJDK, right? Okay, no problem. Set this Java home, set in the path. And finally, I'm going to download this Kibana. This is here. And untar it. Done. This is I am extracting it. Done. And finally, going into this Kibana 7.2 version, going in, changing this file. Why? Because you have to change the port. You have to. Okay, so I need to access from the IP address, right? So for that, I have to change the server host. Okay, which you have to do that. So where is server host? Locate it. Others will not be able to access that through IP address. Accessible to localhost, which I don't have access. Server host, where is that? Look for the server host. I think it should be on top only. And where is that? This is the, I'm going to uncomment this localhost 9920, that's correct. And server host, do you see that? It's top actually here. And here it should be the IP address. If you don't call this IP address, that icon over the website will not be able to access. So 192.168.1.13 is my IP address. Okay, and save it. And finally, this is I also done, and these two things I did. And finally, run the Kibana. This is for the running in the background process. So, and here, done. Just wait for 2 to 3 minutes. The port number for this is, see, I'm not able to recall that. I think 53 or something like that. Kibana port number 5601. So that is a port number. So 192.168.1.13, and this is the port number. And our default user and password I need to recall again. So for that, so this is the one, and done. Just wait for it. It will take some time. And also you can check that Kibana is running or not. So grab this process Kiba. It's not running. There's a problem, I guess. So what could be the problem? Free -h. RAM is a problem actually. RAM is a problem. Okay, just a second. Give me 2 seconds. Logs. I'll just be sure about it. Whether it's really the problem. Logs is not created so far. Okay, let's run in the this way. I see the error. Now here, see here, this is already taken. So 5601 host can take that port number, I mean process number. Let me check that. It's running actually, but who's taking? Maybe it's running, but I got confused. Let me start refresh. Because I never run Kibana in that machine. So IP port number is 13, right? Yeah, 13, correct. 168.192. Okay, just a second. The question is grep Kibana. It's not there, but if I run manually, it says that port has been taken. So it says another instance of Kibana is running. That's the problem now. Okay, so the problem, it could be related to RAM actually. So that is, I guess, problem. But just a second. Let me search for it. User. Node. I'm searching for the process ID. This is the process ID for this. Now let me kill this process ID and run manually without background. So 2787, and last refresh it before, because sometimes because RAM is less, you have problem. Enter. Now I'm going to rerun one more time. This I'll lose this console, but at least I'll get to know what is the issue. Okay, so this is I'm running manually, and let's check it out. I think RAM is issues. So this is the one. So what I can do, I have to create new VMs here. So just a second. Okay, so now what I'll do, guys. Okay, it's coming. Wait, it's coming. Let's see that. I have a one more. So guys, are you comfortable so far with the beats part and log stash part? All of you? Correct. Now Kibana, remember that as per the image, Kibana will read only Elasticsearch. So what I'm planning, just to save some RAM, because this guy Kibana will only need Elasticsearch, not Logstash, not Beat. So I'm planning to close this Beat just to save the CPU. So are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's wait for a few minutes. As of now, I have not seen the error, so I cannot disturb the Logstash and log beats. So far, it's going okay. This is listening to 13. Is saying, it says green. It's yellow to green. So can I check this? 13. Why it's not accessible? What could be the reason for it? The reason, I think, if I'm not wrong, it should be my firewall. So let me log into this quickly. Rajesh 192.168.1. 168.1.13. Rajesh 123, and I'm going to stop the firewall systemctl sudo with sudo systemctl stop firewall d. It could be the one. I'm just guessing it. Disable it also. Done. So can we check now? Refresh. Did you understand what was the problem? All of you? Guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now here, if you really want to learn, try some sample data, which will be helpful for you. And it will install some sample data, some sample dashboard and all. But now what I want to do, I want to connect that log stash actually. I'm sorry, Elasticsearch. Look at the image, and this image, and last part of this is, I want to look at the arrow. I want to tell, hey Kibana, go and connect with Elasticsearch. So whenever I search you search in the Elasticsearch. Are you understanding, all of you? So human will be replaced with a Kibana. The one which I was doing through the curl, will be replaced with a Kibana. Are you understanding? Hello?
Yes.
So can we go and set it up? The question is where? And this is where you have to set it up. Two things you have to set it up. Go to the logs, and some UI had changed, but not a problem. And here you have to create a configuration. So remember that what was my configurations for indices? So it was Raju, right? So anything with Raju. So Raju and star. So anything with Raju, I want it, and update the sources. Okay, there's a problem here. Metrics indices logs. That's, yeah, that's okay. So here, refresh it. Just a second. Staking. Log indices Raju star, because my index name was Raju, and here I did it and close it. Guys, all these logs, you can see it now. It's coming from Raju. Now, where do you search for it? So I'll go and search for it, discover the logs. So guys, here I'm going to search for it, and I'm going to tell this index management. Just a second, hold on. Here you're going to locate that Elasticsearch. So Elasticsearch should be index management. Here it is. Yes. Now this, you see that whatever I've shown you in the Elasticsearch, can you see it here, all of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So here is a Raju, and how many docs you have? 148. Now what you want to do? You have to search for it. So what to do? Discover the log stash. So here, explore my own, and let me see, visualize. Discover also you can do that, and visualize also you can do that. And this UI is not taking, it should go away actually, Raju. And yes, next step, and filter nothing, or maybe you can add timestamp and create a pattern. Okay, this was pending, so that's the reason. Now you can do the discovery. Here it is discovering, and now you can do any discovery, whatever you want. So here you have two language. This right now is selected the KQL, but you can use this one, BSL also, Elasticsearch also for this. So error, search for it. This filter is not working. So refresh it. Last and 150 minutes. Update. Let me create a filter, new filter. Index. Okay, just a second. Visualize. Builds. I want to search for it. So go to management, go to index management. The filter is coming, this is coming, but my filter has been spoiled. So I want to correct this. So here instead of Raju, which is right, not a right filter, I want to add timestamp. So let me delete this index pattern and search for star and create index pattern, everything. Okay. And now Raju. So now it's coming well. And here star, and next step. Now this is the right pattern. Here timestamp, filter by timestamp, and this one. Star means everything. Now done. Now I'll just go to here, and now wait for a few minutes. Or message, so message, whatever you want to do, equal to something. You can search for, I'm looking for something which is little meaningful. And I lost this console, so I don't, again, you cannot run. Fields, I forgot actually, I should have noted down. Probably I can search for this one, yeah. So let's search for this one, different index. Index, the product index is equal to product temp. Remember that I filled this, that I remember. Now here I filled the data iPhone or something. Thankfully I have in the notepad. And okay, this is done when? So should come actually. Source. So I know I have no issues here. So not sure what is the it should come. One line at least it should come. This document should come. Now I need to troubleshoot this one. But yeah, this is the way. I can see that it has come in the management index pattern. Here it has come. I see this temp one. It has only one document. Now here, let me check the index pattern one more time. If I have in Rush, probably I made a mistake or something. So go to advanced setting. Sorry, index management. Seems to be okay. Index pattern default, which is I made it everything. And I don't think so there's a problem. Okay, let me delete this. Let me create one more time index pattern. So search for what? So search for product. Or to come star. This index pattern Raju. Let me try this again, Raju. It's taking here. Next step, field of Raju. Okay, and done. Let me see that Raju is coming or not. It's coming here. I can see that these all fields are coming. So type source. Okay, and refresh. Searchable, I can see that. So it should come here. Now it has come. So pattern was a problem. So now all this Linux log, which you can see here. Understood now? All of you? So now you have to learn how to search for using KQL. So here, let's say I want to search for anything where the agent version is equal to 7.15 also. So here agent version, where is this agent version? Here this one is equal to this one. This is an agent.version, not version keyword. So this is the one. See here. Understood now? Now you want to search for some error and all. No error has come so far, but something else you want to search. Let's say I want to search for boot log. So here log.file.path, log.file.path. I want this to be searched wherever you have this one and these other things. So are you understanding now? All of you?
Yes.
So what you have to do, you have to install the metric bits, win bits, network bits, and all this data. You will get it in the different indices, and that's what you search here. Search here and then create a dashboard and stuff like that. So here, if you look at this, here you can create a dashboard. Here you can search for it. Here you can create a multiple visualizations and stuff like that. By the way, machine learning's infrastructure, logs, APM, everything you can do. What I taught you earlier, like a DataOps, New Relic, and all stuff like that, you can do through Elastic also. But right now, we are not focusing on those. Understood, all of you?
Yes.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, if you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc. Kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to 100s of playlists and 1000s of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.